A professor at the University of Kansas just got caught in class saying this.
It's what frustrates me. There are going to be some males in our society that will refuse to vote for a potential female president because they don't think females are smart enough to be president. We could line all those guys up and they clearly don't understand the way the world works. Did I say that? Scratch that from the recording. I don't want the deans hearing that I said that.
And the replies were filled with, I'd vote for a female president, Kamala's just not one of them, because her policies are terrible, and more importantly, she's incapable of doing the job. Also pointing out how the professor knew he was being recorded, but still openly said this. So how quickly did they go from the party of love, inclusion, and fighting fascism to vote for the political candidate that the establishment installed or be lined up and blasted? And what's worse is this public school professor that the taxpayers fund felt completely confident in saying this as long as he hides his fascist ideals behind diversity. Saying submit to the government's demands or else you're sexist makes no sense when conservatives love Carrie Lake, liberals love Tulsi Gabbard, and most Gen Z men would unironically vote for a Sydney Sweeney presidency. But all jokes aside, anybody aggressively claiming you're a sexist or racist is usually projecting their own hidden opinions, as every now and then their mask slips. As this professor claiming men don't think a woman could be qualified as president is snitching on himself through the soft bigotry of low expectations. He's seeing Kamala being incapable of answering questions, following through on campaign promises, or even sticking to one accent, and if he's thinking attacking her objective failures as an attack on all females really means he believes none of them are capable of doing any better. But being a useful idiot is nothing new. The real question is, what is making them so violent? I think it's because whenever you turn on your TV, your favorite sports star is endorsing Harris. And if you don't watch sports, then your favorite musician is supporting her too. Then the news media on the internet says the other guy is literally Hitler. The legacy print media echoes that same sentiment, and even international news outlets parrot those same talking points. Then you go to a public college like the University of Kansas, and the professor tells you, comply or die. So for the sake of a simple thought exercise, pretend you were a weak-willed individual, completely controlled by your emotions, that only feels comfortable within a group that completely validates every single value you have. And if you were in that fearful voter group, it would actually be pretty easy to manipulate you into acting like a cornered animal. Meanwhile, everybody in the middle just wants to turn down the political temperature, as once you get off the internet and interact with real people outside, 99% of the time politics never comes up. We work together, play sports together, and even hook up with each other without knowing it. The problem being, even our establishments are trying to perpetuate this angry, divisive behavior. As the last Twitter post from the University of Kansas got bombarded with outraged replies about that professor, and when asked about it, the university stated this happened earlier this semester, so on their public post they admitted it was inappropriate, putting him on leave. But since his intent was for women's rights and equality, they will follow their established process, turning off replies to their comment. So even after our president took an actual bullet to the head, when their professor suggests the same be done to his supporters, as long as he's doing it under the guise of wokeness, this public university will protect him, as hopefully he will be fired and barred from the profession, but the university couldn't help themselves but to attempt to mitigate his statement, because the worst part about all of this that's going unnoticed is the administration said this occurred earlier in the semester, and only after it went viral online, then did they begin to address it, which makes me wonder how many public schools are saying the same exact things that don't go viral, while these universities conveniently look the other way. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on the real reason why they won't let Kamala do interviews anymore.